Hello, y'all. Hello.
Hello. How y'all how y'all doing tonight? Y'all know it is always something going on with our live. And yeah, I hope y'all went and grab y'all jerseys. I told y'all we are gonna be a few minutes late. So grab your jerseys because it's a team. Hey, we being team players tonight in marriage. Hey, welcome to the broadcast. Do us a favor. Share out the broadcast, honey. Let the people know, hey, the Duns are on. It's a little past 8. But y'all ought to have the children in the bed by now. You're able to get on. And let's talk about marriage. So look, when you come in the construction yard, make sure you say hello because we want to add y'all to the wheel tonight so we can send some people on some dates and stuff. Ain't that right?
Oh yeah.
Look, he trying to keep up, honey. He trying to keep up with the folks that's coming in the yard. But do us a favor, like and share, tag some people, tag some married folks, tag some single people. Get them in here because single folks need to know how to be married before they get in there and what it takes to get married. Those of you all that don't know, already know who we are the Duns. Of Dun Home Improvement, the Marriage Edition. I am Katina and
I am Reginald.
Reginald. Hey, Criteria. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. Hey, Miss Deborah. Hey, Zayada Wallace. Hey, Antoinette. How y'all doing tonight? Do us a favor. Get some people in because we got an awesome couple on with us tonight. Yeah, we ready to play some ball or whatever you want to play. We want to get this thing in the mix because we all got to be team players. Look, y'all, we got on some new lights tonight. I ain't even finna add what this man doing with it tomorrow. Y'all, it always something.
Pass the ball, pass the ball.
Wow. It is always something every week. Somebody pass the ball. Hey, Lady D, how are you? We hope you're doing good. Thanks. Our shirts, compliments of the Duns. They made sure that we was taken care of and had some jerseys for tonight. So compliments of the Duns, the other Duns that wanted to make sure that we was okay and ready for the broadcast. But hey, do us a favor, get some more people in. We want to bless a couple of couples tonight. Just because y'all logging in so quickly and we was having a few technical difficulties. Y'all know last time it was the lights and there was some hot lights. So we ended up getting us a new little ring for y'all tonight. So we lit up. We lit, as they say.
We were just trying to be like that donut place down there, the hot light. We trying to get the hot light.
The light up, baby. We need them light. I already brought me a rag. I don't even know what I did. Oh, he done stole my rag, honey. Y'all know I had to bring me a little sweat rag every time to make sure that when it get heated up and them other couples and things start talking, oh, we might need a little rag here and there. But continue to tag a few people, get them in as we go on with the broadcast because we want everybody to hear about being team players in marriage. You got to be on. It ain't no I in marriage. It ain't no just me in marriage. We're a team. That's why y'all, when y'all see us post, we always post team whatever, team Dun, team Morgan. We make sure that everybody know that marriage is teamwork. And so when you get to the construction yard, you better work as a team. Get your hard hats out and whatever it is that for that day. You might be on break. You better get in now and make sure you make that thing work. So do us a favor. Continue. Hey, Nashe Samuel, how are you? Hey, Miss Deborah Haynes, we're glad that you're on with us. Hello, Katie and Camilla Presley. Hey, Vanessa Frazier. We waiting on y'all to go on y'all date night, honey. We got to get y'all at the house so y'all can go on this date night on the Duns. So welcome to the broadcast. Thank y'all for all of the anniversary wishes. We celebrated 26 years on Wednesday, and we're still celebrating. We still trying to figure out whatever we can do going to kick this 26 on into 27. But most of all, knowing that we are team players. So do us a favor. Hey, Melissa Eccles, how are you doing tonight? Welcome to the broadcast. Y'all, I might sing and everything tonight. I'm glad we got lights. I'm glad we was able to get in. Thanks, Tabitha. Tabitha said she like our jerseys, cute jerseys. Compliments of the other Duns. They made sure that we had something to wear tonight because it was game time. Go team Dunn. So yeah, compliments of the Duns. I told them I was gonna shout them out tonight. That's Antina and Victor Dunn. Compliments of the Dunn. So thank y'all so much for the jerseys. But hey, we're gonna go ahead and get in here. Thanks, Sophia. For the anniversary shout out. Yeah, Monte tag Courtney Darden Brewer. Get her on in here. Tell her get in here because we got things to talk about tonight. But hey, we don't want to prolong our guests for coming on. We just want to make sure all of y'all are getting in and getting everybody in because we don't want nobody to miss what they have to say tonight. It's gonna be great laughter, and y'all know I love to laugh because it's good to be happy and married and laughing and married. Yes, so I'm gonna laugh and be married tonight. So yeah, so we got this awesome couple. I've been knowing them for a long time. We go way back, and we haven't had a chance to talk much. But tonight, we're gonna talk. We're gonna let them talk, and the Duns just gonna listen. And I don't know what this man gonna do with this him ball.
I got the hot hand. Pass me the ball.
He said he got the y'all. He better not let that ball slip out of his hand.
Basketball. Y'all know how it is. When you're shooting and you got the hot hand, feed it to me. Feed it to me. You gotta know who got the hot hand.
Baby, he better not let that ball slip out of his hand and knock over our ring light. We work hard for that ring light.
Call a backup down there. Call a solo panel.
Y'all, he better make sure that don't you come with that solar panel. He brought the solar panel back in here tonight. Ain't nobody playing with him. But hey, look, Monte, ain't nobody laughing at him, honey. Hey, Mr. Denise from Warner Robins, Georgia. We had a great anniversary. We went to the store. Miss Denise said we went to the store.
That's why my face is glowing like a baby, like a newborn baby.
He said face glowing like a newborn baby because he got a chance to go to the store. I'm not gonna laugh on this broadcast too much because we got some folks, honey. So look, what we finna do is we gonna call our couple. Woo! Oh, so this awesome couple is about to come on, y'all. I just want y'all to hear what they got to say. This is Team Baker. This is Dexter and Latanya Baker. That's gonna come on, and hey, they are who we've been laughing before we got on the broadcast. So we just want to welcome the Bakers to the broadcast tonight. Hey, y'all.
Hey, good pom-pom, man.
Yo, they got pom-poms and everything. I'm here for it tonight. I hope y'all that's on this broadcast. I hope y'all are here for it tonight. Look, we got Miss Haynes, Reggie is glowing. He is. Y'all look, we got the Bakers on with us tonight. And we're so honored to have y'all on. Those of you that don't already know, the Baker's gonna fill us in about being team players, about how to make marriage work, about all the ups and downs in their lives. Don't they look at them? They all team ready. They got the whole setup. And look at the pom-poms, baby. That's it. Somebody said, hey, Team Baker. I don't know if you know him, but Tanisha Smith said, hello, Team Baker.
Hello, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki. So we would like to welcome y'all to the broadcast. We don't want to prolong it. We want to jump right into what's going on. So look, tell the people, who are y'all? What we need to know?
We are Team Baker. We want to say thank you to the Duns for inviting us. And we have been married for 17 years, been together for 18. And we met, actually, his niece told me about him. Hey, I want you to meet my uncle. And I was like, your uncle? Okay, cool. So I met him. We was working together. about 18 years ago, and she introduced me to her uncle, and we've been down ever since. And the first thing we want to talk about is family on tonight. And
All
Mr.
right.
Baker's gonna kick it off.
The Baker said, look, they ain't finna let y'all play with it tonight. They said they finna kick it right on out. Look, they've been married 17 years, and for 17 years, they got something to say. And look, this was so calm. She said how we met, it was through the niece. He didn't say nothing about what he said to her when he saw. What you say when you saw her?
I want you to be mine.
Look at you, stop.
So how long did y'all date? How long did it take to say, this is the one for me? I want you to be mine. We finna seal the deal right here.
1 year.
1 year.
It don't take long. When you know,
1
you
year.
know. When
So
you know,
1
you know.
year
It do not take long.
Y'all got to know each other, and what transpired over the years' time?
Well, over the years' time, we got to learn one another. One thing going into a marriage, you have to respect the vows. You know, each vow, for better, for worse, rich and poor. It's going to happen in marriage. But what I always say, you have to, this foundation is important. The key to marriage is keeping God in it. Whoever I met, I say, if they don't love God, that's not going to be my wife.
Right.
She loved God. And I asked her, do you know about being saved, being filled with the Holy Ghost? And like, yeah, she was on board with that. And she was the one for me.
Wait, she waving a popcorn, baby. I believe
You
it.
know the Lord.
Look at him.
She knew who the Lord was, did she?
And you know, it really don't take long.
Yeah.
I was talking to this older guy, and he was telling me, when you know, you know. You know, you have people that's dating for 4, 5, 10 years and still dating. But when you know, you know. And I thank God for sending Dexter to me.
Mm-hmm.
When you know, you know.
No.
I like the
Wanna add some extra to that,
foundation.
honey?
And then I'm going to leave to them any question that y'all have specifically for us that you want to ask.
I like the standard. I mean, just even for you being a man, I like the standard that you had, you know, and you don't catch that either too often. You really don't hardly catch it, you know. Man having a standard, you know, you say you want a woman that know about the law, you know, and believe in the Lord and church oriented, you know, filled with the Holy Ghost, know about the Holy Spirit. I mean, that right there's a lot in itself. Man, when you know that and you have that, that's the ticket there. That's the assurance that, hey, we can make this happen. And like you said, it don't take long, you know, and people don't realize what they're missing out on marriage, you know. Like she was saying, you know, being married, I mean, being dating. So, and I'm not against how long you date. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, people they date however, you know, sometimes it might take long for them. It might take them 5 years, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't take us
1 year,
really,
like the
1 year. So
when
you know, you know. When you got it, the song said, when you got that feeling, James Brown.
You got that
Hey,
feeling.
That's right.
that feeling, bro, Dexter. Hey, you just make it happen. So that's a good foundation to have and good standard to have to go by. And I would even say with it along with the lady as well. You know, have a good standard on. You know, I want a man that loves the Lord. I want a man that's church oriented. He's grounded in the Lord. You know, and cause a lot of times you don't find it, and you get in there. It's just like we talking about team player. I mean, it'd be too late now, you know, to realize, you know, man, who I got on my team. Got them on my team, and they want to ball y'all. You know, they want to ball hard. They want to pass you the ball. You wide open. They want to shoot every shot. You know,
Right.
it's too late. Now you got to work that thing out. You know, you got to try to figure this thing out. I see now. You want to hog all the money. You want to hog all this. You don't. So now, team player, I mean, you got to sometimes pass the ball to the other.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
The person on your team, so they can make the basket to make it easy on it. So that's right. That's good. I like that.
I'm glad he didn't pay me that
That's
ball
awesome.
fan cough and knock the cameras over and everything. He'll get it back. Oh,
But I want to add a
I'm
nugget
See, I'm-
to that.
See, I'm the point guard, so I had to put the ball back in the point guard hand.
Yeah, get that back. And you
That's
finna
right.
add to that.
But I want to add to that. before, you know, you were saying about the foundation, and this in marriage or anything, and some people don't want to put God first, but something my older brother told me a long time ago, and it stuck with me at a young age. He said, Dexter, if you can't make it with God, you surely can't make it without it. So
come on,
if you don't have your marriage based off of that, you know, you're gonna have some difficult days ahead.
Yes.
Oh man.
And will. So going through the years, and y'all see y'all been married 17 years. So what are some like challenges over 17 years, different things that you may have faced, and what did you all do, or how did you work through the challenges to get over them?
First of all, you know, we learn like, don't get me wrong, you know, but you know, they have good advice. Just because it's good advice don't mean it's right advice. It's the best advice for you. And they mean well, but we had to learn from that. The Bible said when a man get married, he leaves mother and father and cleave. So we have to cleave to one another. And what works for that person may not work for you. So you're your own team. So you have to do what working best for you, no matter what other people think. You know, we learned that, hey, this will work for me and Tanya working, we happy. You know, and that's one of the key things that we learned to keep people out. You know, you can don't let the wrong with wise counsel, don't get me wrong, but you still got to do what works best for you.
And one of my biggest saying is you keep God in your marriage and people out. And 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10, you will probably have a successful marriage, because you got to think about the people that's giving you advice. Are they happy? Are they content?
Come on.
So are they telling you something out of jealousy, or are they telling you something out of sound advice? And if it's not positive, if it's not biblical based, run. Just run and go close the door.
A lot of times they don't give it to you from experience. They give you from what they have heard somebody else say. And like you said, their marriage may not, and they may not be married. One time we talked about that one before, you know, people giving you counseling and stuff, and they ain't married.
They ain't married. You
know, and so, well, they want to counsel me and tell me how to run my marriage. And like you said, it's all about what works for you. That's what we said. What the Duns do may not work for the baker. So you have to find out what works for you all and work it. Find what works. That come through communication, come through talking with each other, so you'll know what each other like and how we gonna work things out and how this is gonna happen. So that's good.
That is very good. So we had some couples that been in their first 1 to 5 year. Was it any challenge that y'all saw that first 5 years that like, ooh, did we really need to be in this, or oh man, I got to get out of here? What some challenges that y'all had between the years of that first 1 to 5 year? Because we've had several couples saying, hey, I've been married a year, but I don't see how y'all been married 26 years, and they want to throw in the towel. Sometimes we try to give them, 1 to 5 is probably the hardest years. What can you all say, or what experiences or things y'all went through for that first 1 to 5 that can probably help somebody?
You said 1 to 5, I said 1 to 7. But
yeah.
But communication. Learning to communicate effectively. You know, you have to learn to talk to one another, not at one another, and not talking when things is heated and bringing things up once things get heated, but learn to communicate. And also as a man to see from the woman perspective, not just from your perspective.
Come on, sir.
Come together, so learn to see people seeing it. You know, help me out a lot.
And also too, I've learned, don't hit below the belt. You know, as ladies, we can go there. We can hit on the belt, in the belt, inside the belt, take the belt off too. But don't hit below the belt, because once you start hitting below that belt, those words can't come back, and you will end up making a mess out of a simple little phrase. And communication is key. You have to communicate effectively.
And that's good, communicating effectively. And that what Baker said, he was like, when he said communicate, when you're talking about don't talk, talk to them, not at them. So that's real good. And we found a lot of people that don't know how to talk. They're so used to being single or talking to their kids to they treat their spouse like one of the children, or coming into the relationship. They're not used to being compassionate or used to listening or used to speaking at a good tone. So all of that is just so true. Somebody else was saying communication. Hey, Pastor Keith Todd. Pastor Keith Todd said communication is the key to a very good relationship. So those are things that kind of like help build a team. I've never played sports, but I'm sure that the coach communicating out the next play normally helps pushes the ball to the next place. We attend a lot of our grandsons' football game. And one thing I know, Coach Story, shout out to Coach Story for Lynette High School, what he communicate effectively. A lot of time we can hear and understand what he's saying for them, and he giving them encouraging words on what to do. But if he's just talking at them and not to them, I know one game he pulled them all to the side. Come in. Let me tell y'all, this is what's about to happen. I need y'all to not focus on that part, but focus on the big picture, focus on the end result of the game. And that's what in marriage, a lot of times we get to focusing too much on the smaller stuff too much. Okay, let's focus on where we're gonna be in 26 years and how we're gonna get there.
That's right.
And one key thing, like y'all said, and we say that on probably every broadcast, one of the key things it don't matter if you've been married 50 years.
That's right.
One of the key things is we got to know how to communicate, and we can't treat our spouses as if they are our kids.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we found in the 1 to 5, that's what's happening. They don't know how to talk to each other. They haven't been. Yeah, they've been talking at each other, like Dexter said. They've been talking at each other more so than to each other. So that is awesome. Pastor Keith Todd said you got to have effective and affection in your communication. So that is real good. So you got to be affectionate in your communication.
I'm reminded too of things too we have to learn too. I learned we talking about team in basketball, how when things get chaotic, when coach realized that we'll not run the plays, or we'll mishandle the ball, turn the balls over, we're lagging on defense or whatever. So then by that time he's saying, T.O., time out, rep. And so he brings us back to the side because what was communicated is not being effectively played out. So he got to take a time out. So sometime in marriage, we got to take a time out when things are not going right, when things seem like they're going off course, or whether it's the wife or the husband or the kids or whatever. We got to know, hey, okay, we need to bring it back together, bring everybody back in together. So let's begin to talk, and let's revisit, let's reiterate the plays that we just called out, of what we said we was gonna do, and not, like he said, not focus on, okay, why you didn't pay this bill? Ooh. And okay, it didn't get paid. By me keep arguing over it, me keep fussing about it, it's not gonna help the melt out.
That's right.
It happened. Let's get beyond that, and we know not to do that again next time. But if we keep sitting here crying over spilled milk that's been wasted, then we're going to continue to be fighting and be at each other, talking at each other, and not to each other effectively. So sometimes we have to learn how to take time out. We have to learn how to horn this thing back in. And we can't be so prideful that we can't sit down and talk and have a rational conversation with each other. We can't feel like that we just, I'm the big person, or I'm the man, or whatever, just because you the point guard, that means you the point guard, you run the thing on the floor, but you still got to know, hey, when it's time to pass the ball. You still got to know when the time to call the plays, or you got to know when. You can't just take it and mouth in your own hand because I'm the man. God called me to be the man of my house. You're going to do what I say. This is what I say. This is how we going to run it. We're going to run it like this. And you got men just like that.
Yeah.
You got men that just so proud and arrogant in their own way, to where they don't think about their wife. They think it's either my way or no way. that's selfish. That's not team playing. You're not playing together as a team.
Mm-mm.
I mean, this is a help me. This is my help me, and it worked both ways. I mean, I'm her help me. Whenever she needs me to help, I'm here to help. So we have to learn how to help each other on the team. When I'm down and my game is off, guess what? I'm gonna pass the ball to her and let her run this thing. That don't take away from me being the man. It's just my game is off right now. I'm not focused on what I need to be focused on right now. My judgment is off right now. So give it to somebody that's got a level head. Give it to the wife. It's okay. Until you get back in your role and get back in your position, then she'll pass you back the ball and say, okay, he good now. He good now. Our coach will take you out and say, I need you to sit right here for a minute. Let's give you a break. Let's get a water break. You need a water break. You're a little too tired. So
get it refreshed.
That's right. You come back. You might need a little Gatorade. You might need a little Gatorade. Whichever one it is. But I need you to calm down, because right now you running just running wild. And so when you've been a leader running wild, guess what? The whole body gonna be off. The whole house gonna be off. So we gotta know when. It's just gonna throw the whole thing off. But we have to learn how. That's what they give us those timeout for. When things are getting chaotic, when things are getting messed up, somebody in the marriage gotta know when to say time out, sit down, let's talk. We need to talk. Things are not running right. Things are not going right. We need to talk. And we can't be so up here to where we cannot come down here and say, okay, baby, let's talk. Let's sit down.
I'm gonna talk.
No, we got to be able to talk with one another. I ain't mean to go. I ain't mean to go.
But awesome. That's so right. That's so true, and that's why we have to keep God, and and when we had those timeouts, acknowledge Him, and as the scriptures say, the wife, the husband sanctified by the wife, the wife sanctified by the husband. Because the husband get weak just like the wife get weak, even though the wife is vessel. That's why we help meet to one another, encourage one another.
Right.
In those times, I admit in a minute, hey, I messed up. We can't let pride get in the way. We know what happened when pride. That's why everything has to be based on a solid foundation. You got to go back to the word. You got to acknowledge God on it. We did an illustration the other week at the spot, and we told the pair about the two houses. One foolish man built it on sand and one built it on the rock. And so we had a bunch of houses, nice houses on the beach. And most everybody, let me see, can you see it? Picked a little nice fancy house like that. And we had one house, it was plain, but it was on a rock. Only one person picked the house because the rock was covered up, the plain. Look nice. I want my marriage to be like theirs because it look nice. They got a lot of nice things. But they don't know what that marriage is built on.
No.
Because at the end of the day, as the pair was talking about, when the storm came, or the words of trials and tests of life, the ones that's built on sand, it failed. It was fancy and nice, but the one that was built on a solid foundation, that's what marriage is going to last. So when you build it on the right principle, knowing God's word is the final authority. Let's see what the word say about it. And then when the word, you don't have to argue about that. That's it. You right, honey. You right, baby. That's what the word say.
That's what the word say. Look, I'm telling you. You know when you have preachers on your platform, everybody get a word in. I see where Pastor Keith Todd said you have to listen to hear and not to respond. Not always listening so you have a response. And Miss Deborah also said it ain't nothing wrong with rescheduling a conversation when heads get hot. There's nothing wrong with trying to figure out. That's where the timeout comes. And Demetrius Hill said teamwork makes the dream work even better. And Melissa Eccles was saying you just got to be passionate about your words and your marriage. You got to have passion about your marriage.
Right.
You got to make sure you. And Rain Pitt said you got to learn to listen. We both going to be equal. Walk together, not in front of me as a team player. We got to learn how to. She also said we got to take a heat break. We got to definitely take a heat break. Monte Ray was saying, hey, you can't let pride get in the way of your marriage when you're playing. You cannot let pride get in the way of your marriage. And Melissa Eccles also said, words is powerful. And once those words flow out your mouth, and if they the wrong words, you can't get them back. If they out there.
That's right.
They've already gotten out there, and now you got to figure out how to rebuild from what you've said, because if you don't have that place of forgiveness in your heart, you still gonna have a place of remembrance. And every time something do fester or a small thing happen, you're gonna be I remember when. You'll be in I remember when stages. So you got to make sure your words, Howard Gilbert said, you got to listen, understand, not respond. They kind of like conferring on what everybody else was saying. You got to listen and to understand what's happening. Oh, all this is good, y'all. I love chit chatting about marriage, especially being team players. A lot of people now that we've been seeing and hearing, a lot of people are trying to be single and married. They married, but they trying to be single all at the same time. So they ain't trying to be as a team player. They just want to be
on the team.
On the team. That's it.
Right.
They just want to. I just say, right. I'm just glad to be. Glad my lad name done. And other than that, they don't want to be in it to play, to play to win, to play to keep your marriage afloat, your team afloat. I want to make sure every time that we wake up and the Lord give us a chance to open our eyes, that we do something that's gonna keep us another day together.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And that's what team is. People don't win national championships just divided. You got to come together, even though they may only call one person name. And I don't get all shied away if they just saying Reginald or Mr. Dunn's sister, Mr. Dunn this, or he's getting more light. Oh, that's fine. Because if he's getting light, I'm getting light. If he win the ring, we all won the ring. If I stood on the sideline the whole entire time and never got in the game, I'm cheering them on the same way Tanya came on and she came on with the pom-pom. That's the way it is in marriage. We may not always be in the game. Sometimes we just gotta cheer our spouse on, tell them you can do it. You got this. Come on, man. And even if they mess up, and I've noticed this even in basketball or football, sometimes you see them, they pat their chest, say, my bad. We gotta acknowledge and we gotta know that, okay, I messed up. My bad this time. I know I did it. I know I didn't do right. My bad. And admit it, to be able to say it out of our mouths. Because other than that, we'll never see the championship. Championship for us, we'll never see those anniversaries come up. That's a championship, honey.
Yes.
Anniversary, you can say, hey, we celebrate 5 years of anniversaries. Oh, y'all made it to the championship. Okay, let's start this thing over again. Y'all made it to the championship. So the next go around next day. So after Wednesday was 26 years for us. Thursday, we started a new game. Okay, this is the new game. Now we got to get to the 27-year championship. I need another ring. I do need another. I need another.
That's right.
So every time you get to the championship, the champions, they get a ring. So, I need another ring. But yeah.
Right.
But, all right. Yearly, but we don't do yearly. We gonna build, woman. We ain't gonna do yearly.
Right. And Howard Gilbert said it's a new beginning. Every day is like every year after that. It's a new beginning. Congratulations, Howard. They just renewed their vows. So they just did. They're in another championship. They in the running again to receive the next win for a championship. So anniversary is just a championship now.
That's right.
So y'all if I'm gonna start posting happy championship day because hey y'all, we just won. We just got over and a whole nother year. And of course, plays change. And we was talking about that before. Going into years like with COVID and things change. And so we had to change up the way we did things. We had to change up if he went to work or their job was closed down, my office was closed down, but then we had to see each other more.
That's right.
When it came down to COVID, and you were like, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing you did much. So you gotta adjust your plays. What my play is gonna be now. Do I talk to him more? And even it goes to people, and if you're tuning in, you might have just become empty nesters. You don't have any kids at home. or whatever. And see, we became empty nesters, so our game plan had to change because that meant we didn't have no more ball games to go to. We didn't have a lot of other stuff to take our time away. So now I gotta figure out, how do I talk to him all day? What do I say? As I'm used to talking to the kids, as I'm used to giving them the plays. This is what we're gonna do today. This is what y'all gonna do. And that he was used to the same thing, and we became empty nesters. And now we got to figure out what plays are we gonna run now.
That's right.
Who gonna wash the dish, or is it just
bathroom?
your responsibility? Why? What we gonna do?
Kids was doing it. So now we got to revamp this thing.
Dishwasher
We
mode
got to
out.
come out with new plays. And so same way you talk about it, you know, when the 20s, we celebrate the 26th championship ring, then we begin to question each other. Where do we go from here?
Where? That was our first thing.
What's on the agenda for the next year? You know, the next year we're coming up on. So immediately we start looking out, you know, beyond, you know, what we were right now. I know we're celebrating at this moment, but let's prepare for what's coming ahead. Let's prepare for what we're trying to go to, and not just wander through another year, because sometimes you can wander off the path if you're not open. The Bible says, the people perish for the lack of knowledge. If they don't have no knowledge of where they're going, if they have no vision, no insight of where they're going, you'll find yourself detouring, and they're gonna take you longer to get to that place, because I mean, you know, the day's still gonna be, you know, you still gonna have 365 days, but it's gonna take, now you're gonna have to deal with most stuff that you should have dealt with, because you're not focused and you're not, you know, alert on what you need to do and what you're trying to go to. So it helps to start, you know, setting goals and setting having a vision for the marriage for the next year coming on. What we gonna do? Now I hear them guys say, you know, when they win or whatever, he said, where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
We you know, we gonna celebrate for a minute, but after that, we getting ready for the next game. We getting ready for the next season, you know. So that's how we have to be in man. We got to always be strategizing, planning. How we gonna do? Because like you said, things change, attitude change, we change. We getting older, so our appetite changing. Things that we used to like doing, we don't do it no more. Right. We used to like eating, we can't eat no more, because you know,
that's right.
all that pork and stuff. You know, getting high blood pressure and all that. Beef and stuff, you know? So you got to start changing your game plan. You want to live longer. So it's the same way with your marriage. You got to start changing game plans on how you want to be effective in your marriage to make this thing work another year. And not just focus on what we did last year.
That's right.
Let's focus on what we need to do this year to try to make it to the next championship celebration.
Championship celebration.
Because I'm already working. For one, I got a ring cut. Working on the real ring.
Yeah.
But
Right.
So hey y'all that just jumping on with us, these are the Bakers, and they are teaching us some stuff tonight. They said we got to have a foundation. You got to go in with a foundation, with God being your foundation, and definitely being team players, and learn how to communicate with your spouse. So that's what the Bakers, that they dropping gems tonight. Y'all share this with some people. Let them know we got the Bakers on. They brought pom-poms and jerseys and everything tonight. So they came on to let us know how this thing is supposed to work. They're helping us to maneuver. Hey, Courtney Dart Brewer, they're teaching us how to maneuver. I'm gonna just want to go back to Miss Deborah Haynes said, certain stuff just not gonna work. You got to have a relationship with your players to be a part of the team. You got to know who the star player is on your team so you can win. Just because they present don't mean they the team player. You got it right, Miss Deborah. You got to know when. So, hey, jumping back in on team player or any other challenges, what's something else y'all want to tell the people tonight?
Well, he hit the nail on the head about setting goals. It's very important to set goals. During the pandemic, we set a lot of goals. We achieved a lot of goals, but you always have to be striving to do better. You never can feel that you have arrived, that you can't improve. You know, so always setting goals, that's very important. And also, we learned to have fun. You got to have fun. Being married is fun. I mean,
it's
not
fun.
Just have fun in life, have fun in the bedroom, you know, have fun all the way around. You got to keep it spicy. You know, you got to have fun. I mean, set goals. You know, don't always have something to strive. Once you hit that goal, you have short-term and long-term goals. You know, but you always send the goal to and when you do it together, nothing feel better when you achieve something with your team player, with your spouse.
Yeah.
You know,
Come on,
it's a great accomplishment.
So y'all double back on what Mr. Baker just said. Mr. Baker said you gotta have fun, and he said you gotta have fun in the bedroom. Y'all playing.
That's right.
Y'all gotta know how to
That's
have fun. See, the people, a lot of people that normally be on the broadcast, we call the bedroom the store, the STO. So y'all gotta have fun when y'all go to the store. Don't go to the store all sour and stuff and then say, I don't know if I want to do it. If y'all gotta put on a whole cheerleader suit, honey, with some pom-poms and go in there and chill before your husband, baby. Just put that and dance around. You gotta know how to be making fun, make it exciting. Don't just go in now. Let me go on and get this over with. I'm tired of that. I'm getting too old for that, or whatever. If the spark is still flying in your spouse, baby, you gotta figure out how to make the spark fly in you too. Whatever it takes to get it done. So y'all gotta know we gotta have fun in the bedroom.
That's right.
You gotta have fun when you go to the STO, honey. You gotta know what to do for your marriage, how to make it work. And again, even outside of in the bedroom, Dexter said you just gotta have fun. You gotta be able to laugh. Reggie, know I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to just act up. Sometimes I might act up too much, but he ain't gonna tell me. He just gonna let me keep acting up. We just gonna keep on cheering on and keep on going. But yeah. So you gotta know when, and you gotta keep the sparks going because laughter is good. Fun times is good, but you don't get that way by always being sour and shutting down on your spouse. You can't just shut down on them and then and then think that you're gonna still get that same response, that same laughter and that joy from them. Not if you shut down all the time. They ain't even gonna want you on their team anymore. Finally, you gonna be looking, and one day they gonna be done checked on out. I don't want to be. Yeah, flag on play. Red tape. That what Pastor Todd said. Don't wait till you get in the demolition stage. Baby, it be a flag on the play, honey. Throw the flag out there. And that what most of the time be 15-yard penalty for a personal foul or whatever it is. Going on back some. Let's start this thing over until we get it right. So we want to make sure that we're things like this and platforms where you all come on and give us good sound advice on what to do. One of the most sound advice in a marriage is to build a foundation on God.
Yeah.
And build from that. And then next thing, make sure we're communicating in the marriages. So everything that you all have been saying is just been woo. Y'all know I love all of it, and I love talking about the gist of marriage. And tonight, just knowing that hey, we gotta be team players when it comes to being married. You can't. It's not an I in marriage, and we're no longer single because we took the vow. We took the vow. What else y'all got for the people?
Date one another. You know, we set up. Well, we're on the 29th date. The first 50 dates, like the movie. So we on our 29th date one another. You know, sometimes we get used to one another, stop dating, but you got to keep it, like I said, spicy and have fun. You know, so we dating one another.
I saw the eyes.
I saw the blanket, honey, like, yes, baby, what you want? Yes. And that's what we always try to encourage people to make sure that you date. And sometimes people are like, well, we can't afford to go on date. It don't have to be away from the house. Figure out what you can do to set you up a date time. If it ain't nothing but having cheese and crackers, and some apple juice or whatever you got to do to make it work. You don't have to leave your house. You say, well, we can't afford to go to the big name restaurants. We can't. Okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to make it work at your house. Put the kids to bed early. And when they go to bed, go ahead and figure out what we're finna do on our date night. I've already got it planned out what's fixing to happen. So that we always encourage people to date date, we just come off of a 21-day fast and we couldn't get any ice cream. And our dates are most of the time going to Burger King, getting us a little ice cream cone. They ain't there for 85 cents.
Oh.
That's it. We gonna get that ice cream cone. We get our car, we pull up to the road, and it like a lot of cars be going by. We be like little children back in the day. And when you ride in the car, and your mom and dad, you sitting in the back of the car, and you saying, "Oh, that's my car. Oh no, that's your car." Or whatever, slow boy, no back, that ain't my car. That's my car. And so we sit there and you make it work. Or even if we're not picking out cars, we just sit there and just have a conversation.
That's
Or
right.
as long as we're together with the quality time, and that's what you're trying to get to. You're trying to get to a moment where I'm not thinking about nothing, baby, but you.
About me, baby.
But that's what the date nights are for. And a lot of times you see people saying they're on a date night, but most of the time they have these things in their hand.
Right.
And they're scrolling. The husband and the wife both are on their phone doing something. They might be looking at the game. The husband might be looking at a game. The wife, it might be scrolling on social media. And I'm guilty. And we get there and you kind of like, hey, give me one moment. Let me look at something. Let me check this out. Let me check this out right here. And then next thing you know, you get drawn in and you lose that quality time. You don't have the time to know what they're thinking. You don't know what the next play is going to be, because at that point, you've lost it because social media have drawn us in.
That's right.
And different things like that. So dating is so very important. We try to see couples on at least one couple a week on a date. Hey, let the Duns just treat y'all to a date. Go on out, do whatever you got to do. Find somebody to keep your children. At one point, we was even keeping kids. Like, let us just keep the kids so you all can spend this time, because quality time is so important. And that's even with being team players. On a team, you got to spend time with your teammates. That way you get to know them and you have a better relationship with even just with teams in the natural, or football teams or basketball teams. If they just go out there on the day that they got to play ball, they ain't gonna never build a relationship, but at least get to know each other, spend the quality time together. So dating is always important.
The scripture says, know those that labor among you. They ain't just talking about the church. That's talking about your spouse. I mean, you got to know your spouse. And I often say marriage is like school. We are the teachers and we are the students.
That's right.
She's teaching me, I'm learning. I'm teaching her, she's learning. The world says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can.
Okay.
I beg to differ. But that's just the world terminology. But yeah, you're learning in marriage, and that's one of my things being ever since I got married. I learned her, I watched her. I was in her school of learning of what she like and what she don't like, just like we do with God. We learn, we get in the Word of God and we learn what God like, what God don't like. I didn't get taught a whole lot about marriage and what you should do and what you should not do. I had nobody to really take me by the hand and teach me how to be a man and teach me how to be a husband to my wife and none of that. But I got it through the Word of God, and the Word of God helped me to be a man, taught me how to be a husband, taught me what I need to do and what I not need to do. Bible said that I had to give myself. I had to sacrifice. Just like Christ gave himself and sacrificed himself for the church. I got to sacrifice myself for my wife. I have to give. I have to die daily to make her happy, to please her. So same way. I mean, you got to know each other. You got to know what ticks me off, what makes me happy, what that make my mood swings and stuff like that. You need to know when I'm in a mood swing or when I'm not. So all those things you have to learn. But if you're scrolling on Facebook and all that other stuff and looking outside of going to worry about what's going on outside, you're not taking time learning what's going on here, and so you can't please this what you got at home. And so many times we try to please what's out there in the street, and that's why I'll be like, man, you can't even please what you got at home. How you think you're gonna please somebody out there in the street? And they ain't trying to settle down. All they just want to fly by night or moment of your time. You know what I'm saying? But I want to learn what's going to make this one right here happen. I want to learn what's going to keep her here. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole goal in my marriage, you know, with her, not with nobody else. And I mean, because we know it's out there. But this is what God gave me. This is who God gave me. This is who God called me to be a part of my life, the rest of my life with. So I want to make sure that I enjoy it. I want to make sure that I'm making her happy. I want to make sure that she's happy, that she's getting the best of me. She's getting all of me. And not just getting a portion of me, not just getting some of me. I want her to get the whole totality, the whole total package of who I am. And not giving somebody else some, or not giving Facebook a majority of me and just giving her a portion. No, she got the she got that whole full slate, not just a piece of it. I don't want a piece of the rock. I want she needs the whole rock. Give me the rock.
This man started talking. I'm about to start crying. Wait.
That's good. That's
You
good.
understood the magnitude of what Christ did for real for the church, man. Come on. If you understood that. That's a standard that we got a long way to go. But if we really understood the magnitude of Christ's life, man, for the church, how we should love our wife and how we should give ourselves for our wife, man. I mean, he sacrificed so much. And when it comes to marriage, we don't want to sacrifice. We don't want to sacrifice time. We don't want to sacrifice money. We don't want. No, this is my money. You count your money. You worry about your money. You let me worry about mine. What's in my pipe? No, that ain't what we do in marriage. That ain't what we do. When we come together, we work this thing out together. Right. Well, it's mine is yours and yours is mine. It ain't no what mine is mine, yours is yours. No, that's the world terminology.
That's right.
So I want to live the way God said do it. While I'm living this thing, she's been happy and she's excited about it because I'm living the principles of what God told me to do for my wife. So hey, man, you can't go wrong. God is the best teacher. God is the best teacher. So when He teaches and you put it to work, oh, she can't do nothing but happy. Y'all see the glow on her, the shine. Yeah. I know God make her happy too, but hey, come on, give me a little credit there. You know, I take a little bit.
He does good. He does good. Just want to drop a few comments in before y'all give us some more. Jasmine Grant said you got to make sure that you give your spouse their undivided attention. Also, Tabitha Griffin, she was saying, yes, you have to learn something new. You learn something new about your spouse every single day. You learn something new about your spouse. So, the Tamara Perkins said, you got a happy spouse, you got a happy house.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Happy
spouse, like
you got a happy house. You really, really do. Deborah Haynes said she's been guilty of putting her husband on a back burner. Now she tried to spend more time with just them. And I think a lot of us have been guilty of that. And I talked to a lot of people that's in ministry. Sometimes we'll put ministry, not saying don't put ministry, but sometimes we'll give ourselves away too much. And we're not, once we're home, we can't give anything back to our spouses. And then if you got a spouse that's not in God and you're saved and you're always at the church, I'm going to the church. We got choir practice. We got praise team practice. I gotta do the church yard. I gotta do that. And then he looking at, hey, well, what do I get of you if you gone to the church 6 days? Not understanding the magnitude of how deep they are in God or something like that. But a lot of times they wondering, why are you giving all of this to them and I'm not getting anything? And they'll end up saying, I don't want your God. If that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's taking you out of the house away from me all the time, and you giving more to the preacher, and that's where some people end up getting a bad taste in their mouth because they looking at, why you always got to give something to the preacher? Why you always got to give something to that church? Because we didn't sit down, take time to lead them or to guide them in a way that, okay, what we're doing, or to pull back some to say, hey, I can't go to praise team practice today. I'm gonna have to let my leader know. I know I'm supposed to be in place, but right now I got situations at my house my husband don't understand. But sometimes we can get a bad taste. It'll give people a bad taste about ministry when we we're there all the time and they don't understand. And we have to make sure we bring them to understand. Last comment, Tamara Praker said we got to make time to spend time. As leaders, we do get busy with ministry, but it's a must that we make time to spend time. Great comment, Lady Perkins. I know you understand that your husband is a pastor, so that you definitely got to make time to spend time. All right, well, you were saying something, Dexter. What was that?
Well, that's my wife's favorite saying. You have to make time to have time. That's so true. You know, on our first ministry is at home, you know, but we get that mixed up. So we have to have a balance between the two. And something that y'all was saying earlier, you know, you have to know the love language. That's one book I recommend to most cover the 5 love languages that, you know your wife or spouse love language. Learn it. You know, if you don't know it, pick the book up tonight, get it. You can get the ebook, or you go to the bookstore and get it, but it's a must-have as a married couple.
So that's a book called The Love Language. That what
That's
you
right.
them to get.
Right.
Ebook.
The 5 love languages.
Ebook, 5 love languages. Know
That's
your
right.
spouse's love language. So those are good pointers. Knowing your spouse. Howard Gilbert said, time is one thing that we can't get or give back. We got to make sure that we continue to make the time. But Tamara Perkins said that's a very good book that you all are talking about. So y'all that's tuning in and y'all want to know some more about the love languages, 5 love languages. Get the book. It's an ebook, or you make it, order it Amazon. Get that book. We never can know too much about marriage. Some people be like, some spouses or say, hey, my wife ain't gonna never get on. They ain't gonna never watch y'all. Or my husband said, no, he good. But we can never know too much. Again, I always reflect back to what's being said at the football game, because we go to all my grandboys' football games. And something that Coach Story said one time to the players, and I always tell people that we can never get too comfortable. They was playing a team and they was way ahead of the team. They was all just celebrating because they probably had 3 or 4 touchdowns ahead. They had a whole celebration like they had already won. And he turned around and he told them, do not get comfortable. Do not get comfortable, because they had got relaxed. And sometime in marriage, we'll get too comfortable saying, oh, she ain't gonna go nowhere. Where's she going? He ain't going nowhere. Where they going? Oh, they going. And somebody is out there waiting. They're watching because they know your good thing. They know what you have. I try to make sure Don taken care of on every aspect. Going to the store, STO, all that good stuff. Make sure he have his attire and things like that he need. We make sure his meals are good. He's not a big eater, so I'm praise the Lord. I'm glad about that. But you got to make sure, and you cannot get comfortable. We can't get comfortable saying, oh, that marriage stuff, they always come on Sunday talking about marriage. We don't need that. I'm good. There is.
Hey, Dennis Rodman out there somewhere. Ready to take
ready to take the rebound. It is. It always somebody there that'll catch your rebound for you. So we can't get too comfortable in our marriages. And I love it. I take something away from the ball game every time. But when he turned around and said that, I looked at Reggie and I was like, man, we need to do a broadcast on do not get comfortable. And I think we did one probably last year on not being too comfortable in marriage. Do some stuff to be spontaneous. Like Dexter said, you got to figure out how to have fun. Do some spontaneous stuff. Laugh more, enjoy more, go on extra walks more, whatever we got to do, because we can't get too comfortable. I don't care. Again, I always say, I don't care you've been married 60 years. Sometime at 60 years, people say, we just grew apart. And they end up splitting up and you don't invested 60 years and one more day closer to another championship, and you just said, I don't want to be part of this team anymore. So you got to figure out what happened, and that's how we cannot get comfortable. We got to figure out what happened for us to lose this game like this. What happened? Okay, let's go back and reevaluate. Let's watch the tapes. And that's what football teams do. They have a tape watching day. let us go back and reflect on last year, Reggie, what we didn't do, so we can get this better. So it's so much that we can just go in detail about, even about team players. But hey, we can't keep y'all on here all night. We already done had you on here half of a night. But hey, what's your final words that you all want to say to couples? Dexter, you first, and then Tanya, you go. Or Tanya, you go, and then Dexter go.
Well, I would say keep God in your marriage and keep people out. If it's not sound advice, no. Keep God first. Honey?
As I mentioned earlier, that's the main thing. Have fun. Take it one day at a time. You can't go in life all serious and marriage all serious. I mean, serious things come in life already. So, I mean, tackle it head on. As a team, you can come as long as you got God on your side. You can come to anything. You just have to have fun and marriage, and it is what it is. You have a teammate for life. And you don't know what tomorrow may bring. You don't know how long you had that person. So enjoy it, make the best of it. Right. I will hear y'all saying that y'all empty nesters. In a couple more years, we'll be that. And so we already think what we're going to do. We want to hope he get a scholarship. We want to travel, watch him play sports or whatever. But whatever it is, we planning for. We're looking forward to that. The next chapter in life, the next championship, the next ring, which is coming up soon in November. And the confession, okay, we were saying 17, it'd be 17 years next month in November the 12th. So we're coming up on the ring. So we're excited about that. And we're making some plans on that. And I'm doing some surprising as well. So looking forward to it, Yeah, but we really enjoyed the night that y'all to have us on. We were sharpening tonight as well. As the Bible said, iron sharpening iron. So we were sharpening as well. And this is really exciting night. So we will have some fun tonight at the stove.
Go to the stove, honey. Open the stove. Yes. Oh, Lord. Look, what you did? Oh, get the ball, honey. Pass the ball and give it back. Yes. I love it.
Bad break, baby.
Bad break, honey. Bad break. That is so wonderful. So 17 years coming up. Happy early anniversary to you
Thank
all.
you.
Championship. They're gonna have another championship next month. Of being awesome team players. It was something he said I wanted to grab, but hey, being awesome team players. Tell the people a little bit about your ministry, The Spot, before you all go off. The ministry that you all have, The Spot.
Okay, the Spot, a safe place out of trouble from the scripture, Psalm 27:5. It's a game room for the youth, and we try to target the ages, for all ages, but ages between 10 and 18. We try to catch the middle schools because so much they so in the pressure at that time and get into stuff. So we try to plant some in them each. We do it every second and fourth Sunday. So we plant a seed in them, and somebody else can water it, and God get an increase.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That is good. So, y'all, is this in Opelika, Alabama?
Yes, it is in Opelika, 103 Ballard Avenue. Actually, we turned our mother-in-law suite to a game room. We have full court basketball, pool room, games, arcade games, all of that. So they just come and be with their friends and other peers in the community. Let them know it's a place you can come hang out. But we still teaching them about life. We don't be so deep, but also we plan a word as well.
All right. So that's every Sunday, every second and fourth Sunday.
Every second and fourth Sunday.
Okay, y'all hear that? Every second and fourth Sunday. These are the Bakers, and they're talking about their ministry called The Spot in Opelika, bringing our young people together, teaching them the word of God and not being as deep, but hey, being open. This is a ministry, and not only is just a ministry, it's a ministry with a team that is running this ministry. So look, if you all are in the Opelika area, you're trying to figure out, hey, where can we go to for people to impart into our young people? Reach out to Dexter Baker. He's here on Facebook. Go on Facebook. You can find Dexter Baker. You can go on Facebook and find LaTanya Ross Baker, and they will be glad to get y'all more information on what they're doing, because our young people need that. They need that. I don't know. They may let you drop one of them off while you go somewhere real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
On now. Don't be trying to go home and go to the store and be going to the store 2 or 3 hours at the house and But hey, these are the bakers. Yes, second and fourth son. Some people are already dropping it into the comments on and they said, what's the name of your center again?
It's called The Spot. You know, safe place out of trouble. What it means for it's an outreach ministry produced by Whole of Life Ministry. That's our outreach. But The Spot is the game room. And so
Okay.
second and fourth Sundays from 2 to 5 every second and fourth Sunday.
All right, Demetrius Griffin, you heard Tabitha Griffin, you heard that. I think she's from that area. And it's called The Spot again. Nashe Samuel, y'all got that out there. The Spot. Safe place. Out of trouble. Is that what it's called?
That's
Yes.
right.
Out of trouble. So hey, this is real good. You all got young people. It is from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That's Central Standard Time. Again, if you need additional information, reach out. They're on Facebook under Dexter Baker, and you can find his lovely wife on Facebook under Latanya Ross Baker. They're doing great things in Opelika, Alabama. I'm telling y'all, great things. We met Dexter years ago, and then we ran and saw Tanya like, oh yes, this is a team. But they are the parents of Lil Soldier, and that's how
right.
we end up meeting. They have an awesome ministry. So y'all get with The Spot. Look, I think some of your people are putting it out there. The Spot, Holy Life Ministry. So definitely you all that is on here. Not only do we push marriage, we push our young people being in safe places as well. So that's an awesome ministry. So y'all, again, these are the Bakers. They're 17 years in, and in November, they got a championship coming up. So hey, watch for it. Y'all know we be watching for the championship game. Watch for the championship to go up on our page so I can let y'all know that it's the Bakers' Day, and we want to make sure they celebrate real good. Thank y'all so much for being on with us tonight. It have been great pleasure. We have learned some more stuff and ready to get it on the court.
So thank you.
Thanks for having us. Look at him.
And I tell you what he's finna say. Mine is on the stove, honey. But thank y'all so much. Don't log off. We'll be back. We want to give away a few things real quick. And hey, y'all stay right there, and we'll be back in a few moments.
Okay, thank you.
Hey y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Look, before we go off, we want to make sure that we give away some date nights. We had a couple of couples that won anniversary date nights. We had Tracy Carter Williams and her husband. They went on a date the other night. So we have a few date nights that we want to give away. But our anniversary date night for last month, for the month of September, is Team, I think they last name Finley. Team Finley, LaKendra Drake Finley, and JJ Finley. That's our winners for our anniversary giveaways. And we want to send them on a date. If you all know LaKendra Drake Finley, can y'all tag her for me and let her know that the Duns is sending them on a date? LaKendra Drake Finley or JJ Finley, tag one of those. Let them know that we are sending them on a date night whenever they're ready. So if y'all know LaKendra or JJ Finley, thanks, Queenie, LaKendra Drake Finley. Congrats to them. We're going to send them on a date night whenever they're ready. We're going to send them out on a date, and we're going to spin our wheel. We had so many new people that logged in tonight, and we want to make sure we be a blessing to them. I think we're trying to, I think he's trying to make sure he had everybody on the wheel tonight, because we had a lot. We had to start doing double wheels. But yeah, thank y'all for tagging LaKendra. They are the winners, and we're going to send them on a date. Hey, Chantel, thank you for tagging her for us. And there's JJ Finley, and is it JJ? Yeah, JJ Finley and LaKendra. So we're going to send them on a date so we can help enhance their marriage even the more. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all tag her. I'm definitely going to inbox her as soon as we go off the live so we can let her know that they are winners and the Duns want to be a blessing to them, to send them on a date so they can have this quality time together. We're going to go ahead and spin real quick. And tomorrow is Annie's birthday, honey. Happy birthday, Annie and Denise. Happy birthday to you all. Happy birthday. So our winners tonight. Oh, it said Zayada Wallace. Our winner tonight for the wheel is Zayada Wallace and Dexter Wallace. We sending a Wallace on a date, honey. Look, y'all take Zayada, you still on here, honey. Y'all going on a date. You on a date. So we sending y'all on a date. Y'all tag Zayada, she was on because in order for her name to get on the wheel, she had to be on. So congratulations, Zayada and Dexter. We are sending y'all on a date tonight. Well, not the date, but the night. But whenever y'all ready to go on a date, y'all tag Zayada and let her know that her and Dexter is going on a date on the Duns. So, hey, so we got 2 congratulations in order. Look, tomorrow is their 2nd anniversary. Zayada, happy anniversary. Oh, y'all going on a date on the Duns tomorrow, honey. Just let us know. I got you covered. I promise you I do. Congratulations and happy anniversary. That was right on time, wasn't it? That made it perfect. And he had all kind of names. All your last name, honey. All the last name you had. But yes, your maiden name. Like, what's a maiden name? Yes. But you are the winner, Dexter and Zayada. Congratulations and happy anniversary. So we'll definitely get with you in a few minutes. As soon as we go out for the broadcast, I'll get with you to let you know that whatever y'all trying to do, we want to make sure we got y'all covered since it is your anniversary. Look at Annie said, Zayada, Annie said, make sure it's no babies, please. So congratulations again. Congratulations to Dexter and Zayada Wallace, and congratulations to, I think it's JJ and LaKenya Finley. Congratulations to you all on your win. They was our anniversary winners for last month. So hey y'all, that brings us to the end of our broadcast. Thank you all so much. Thank you to Team Baker. Thank you to Team Dunn that helped us find us some jerseys at the last minute, because we wanted to make sure that we looked like team players. So we want to make sure we was in uniform, in the right uniform. So look, we're gonna be back next Sunday. We missed our pop-ups. We had so much going on last week, but we still owe people some gifts that we were supposed to stop by their house. So we're definitely gonna stop in to be a blessing to them. So all this week, yeah, it's so called. How says it's so called. It's about Eddie. Critica Eddie sound like Gia. Yeah. But yeah. So what we're gonna do is we gotta do us a fruit pop-up, because we got gifts that's still sitting, because we said we was bringing them out to people's houses. So y'all look for the Duns. We trying to get these things in. And if anybody want to join our team to do the pop-ups for us, we will let y'all do the pop-ups for us. Just let us know. But hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the broadcast. Congratulations again to Team Waters. Congratulations, Team Finley. And we'll see you all next Sunday at 8. Hopefully we'll have another awesome couple. Thank you to Team Baker. Y'all make sure y'all go see them at the spot in Opelika, Alabama. They're doing great things with the young people. And if you need anything with marriage, they're doing great things in marriage. 17 years is great things. So thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. What you got for with the ball then? I'm glad you don't spin that ball around. Don't do it. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all. See y'all next Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Tell somebody. Tune in. Bye. Bye.